The first day's journey was bearable. The sun rose bright and merciless, but Jonathan kept pace with his memories, thoughts of his children's laughter and Miriam's steady gaze driving him forward. But by the second day, his body screamed, the fever returned, his legs trembled, and his breath came in sharp bursts. He collapsed beneath a tree, his chest heaving. A group of travelers passed by, merchants with baskets strapped to their backs. One paused. "Are you well, brother?" Jonathan tried to smile. "Just resting." The man frowned at the color of his skin, the sweat soaking his tunic, but said no more. The merchants moved on. Jonathan watched them fade, envy twisting in his chest. Their legs were strong, their laughter loud. His body felt like a prison. That night, hunger gnawed at him. He chewed the last piece of dried cassava Miriam had packed and sipped sparingly from his gourd of water. The stars shimmered above like countless eyes. He whispered into the dark,
"Where is God, my maker? Why do you keep me alive, if only to waste away?"
No answer came, only the rustle of grass and the distant cry of a night bird. By the third day, Jonathan reached the town of Ndera. Its marketplace throbbed with life. The scent of roasted maize filled the air. Goats bleated. Women called out prices of vegetables. For a moment, the noise and color distracted him, almost lifting his spirit. He found his way to a stall, shaded by woven mats, where an old herbalist sat, surrounded by bottles of powders, roots, and dried leaves.
I hear you here.
You are unwell, very unwell. Your blood is hot. Your bones are weak. But I have medicine. Drink this each night for 7 nights. The sickness will leave.
How much?
3 coins.
Jonathan hesitated. 3 coins were nearly all he had. But what was money compared to life? His hand shook as he placed them on the mat. He took the guard, bowed slightly, and staggered away. That night, under the dim light of a fire he had managed to kindle, Jonathan uncorked the guard. The stench made his stomach churn. He drank, gagging at the bitter taste. His throat burned, his stomach revolted, but he forced it down. He lay back, clutching his belly, waiting for relief. By dawn, the relief had not come. Instead, the fever worsened. His body shook violently, sweat pouring from him. He moaned, calling against the hard earth. By midday, he could barely stand. He cursed the guard and hurled it into the bushes. His coins were gone, his strength wasted, his hope dimmer still. From Indera, he traveled onward, though each step felt like defiance against death itself. He crossed streams, drank from muddy pools, slept on bare ground. At a town called Luma, he found a physician, a man with sharp eyes and polished tools. The physician examined him.
Oh, your body is failing, but perhaps I can treat you. It will require medicine, injections, careful supervision.
How much?
20 silver pieces.
Please. I will walk. I will.
Then I cannot waste my time. Go. There are others who can pay.
The physician turned his back. Jonathan staggered from the clinic, humiliation burning hotter than his fever. He found a bench outside and sat, tears running unchecked. Passers-by glanced but did not stop. To them, he was just another broken man, one of many. Weeks passed. Jonathan drifted from town to town, chasing whispers of cures, seeking remedies that always failed. He met charlatans who promised healing in exchange for his few possessions. One priest demanded he sacrifice a goat at the altar of spirits. Jonathan had no goat left. Another man sprinkled ash over his head, chanting incantations until Jonathan collapsed, more exhausted than before. His body weakened further. His ribs showed through his skin. His legs swelled. Sometimes he coughed until his chest burned. And yet somehow he kept walking. At night, when death felt near, he told himself, one more day, if I can walk, one more day, maybe. One evening, under a sky bruised with purple clouds, Jonathan sat by a roadside fire with other travelers. They were poor folks, carrying sacks of grain, heading to market. One of them, a woman with kind eyes, offered him a roasted yam. "You are very sick," she said softly. Jonathan nodded.
I search for healing. I have not found it yet. Wherever it is, I must find it.
The world is full of false promises. I have a brother who sought doctors for years. He died in their hands. Jonathan stared into the flames, tears blurring his vision. He wanted to believe his journey meant something, but more and more it felt like a slow march towards death. That night, lying on the cold ground, his body trembling, Jonathan whispered again,
If there is a God, why hide from me? If you can hear me, why are you silent? Speak up.
His voice broke, and for the first time, he wondered if Miriam would soon be a widow. At dawn, he tried to rise but fell back, gasping. He stared at the road ahead, long and endless. Maybe this is where it ends, he thought. His mind swam with memories. Daniel chasing chickens in the yard, Sarah tugging at Miriam's dress, Miriam's laughter when he teased her by the river. He longed for them so fiercely, it hurt more than the sickness. He closed his eyes, resigning himself, but then, faint as a whisper, The stubborn flame within him stirred again.
And if by tomorrow I am standing, I will keep searching.
And with that fragile vow, Jonathan drifted into uneasy sleep, unaware that his search was leading him to the very encounter that would change everything.